One of the best assets about working in a space like this, particularly here at the CY, is all about the people. I love the people here. I love the fact that there are people who you can collaborate with, people who do things that you can learn from, you can talk to about certain challenges that you have. They can help you, you can help them, and it's just that collaboration that, you don't get that when you're at home.
I never met a person here that wasn't open to having a conversation with you about anything. You just never know what ideas that person may have or who that person may know that could be the next step that you need in order to move yourself forward.
I've seen companies form when one person at one desk does one thing and another person does, and they do one transaction together, one project. Well, they end up maybe doing more down the road. When there has been smaller companies that have formed because they met, at their co-working space.
Really, it's a great ecosystem. Some places you can tell they have a niche for what they, like either the crowd, demographic. You can tell they have a niche. Here, literally, it's across the entire spectrum. Whatever you're looking for, whatever utility, source, resource, like you can find it here. So it's young people, younger professionals, some elders. It's across the board here.
My workspace is perfect. I got to choose my spot. I chose it strategically where I have, a view of downtown Mobile. I can look outside the window and see, people walking their dogs by, see the skyline of the city and, sun shining. It's perfect. It's a lot of what I was missing at home from, inside my kind of dark little home office.
Ashley and I are big art heads, so the first time that we came in toward the container yard, that was immediately the first thing that stood out to us, was that this place is full of really funky, fun, local art.
We are very active in art walk and stuff like that, so when we found out that a lot of this art is from Art Walk and local artists, we kind of love that, so it was very kind of special to us.
The community of Mobile and entrepreneurs in Mobile have been really at the heart of this space. So you can feel it here.
You have, your staple people that are always here, but then you have new people come all the time. So it allowed me to kind of be able to introduce myself a little easier, meeting new people, because you never know who's gonna pop in and out. That helped me with starting my own business and selling myself a bit more by introducing myself to new people. If you're at the, getting coffee, somebody's gonna say good morning, then the conversation just kind of goes from there. When you see a lot of growth with micro businesses, it's motivating, and this space feeds to that energy. It's a motivator. When you come here, everyone is on the same type of grind that you're on, and be a part of the community too.
The container yard has changed me in that it allows me to be able to work on my schedule and to do what I need to do for my clients when I am able to do it. Most of what my workspace is my laptop and the conference room. That is a huge pull for me, is to be able to have a private space to meet them.
My job at Container Yard is my first job out of college, and it's been a really great experience because everyone here is so encouraging, and even though I'm supposed to be helping everyone here, they've also been really helpful towards me in adjusting to a professional work environment. Everyone really stops and talks to each other, and everyone encourages each other in their business and helps people kind of break out of their box. You're not in an office with just your occupation. You're in an office with so many different occupations that can bring a different point of view and make you see your work in a different way and maybe be that spark to help keep you driven. So that's something that I've really enjoyed watching at Container Yard, is all the members interacting that way. A big concern in the city is whether young professionals will stay here. A lot of young professionals have remote jobs, which can sometimes be pretty isolating. So having a place where they can come and build community and start to build roots in the Mobile community is big. It'll hopefully make young professionals feel more attached to the city and proud to be in Mobile.
part of the allure of a co-working space is the openness, and the ability to have a drink or a coffee in the middle of the day with somebody and meet one of your fellow members and realize, wow, you do this, I'm looking for, and whatever you are. And you get to have this, without networking or having to go to networking events, you're around those people, not working with them, but working around them. And then the perspective of someone saying that, my wife or myself, I've got 20 plus years in marketing and advertising, and like other people, I bring all that experience with me and I answer questions all the time.
The community is wonderful here. We've got a lot of individuals who don't work together who actually work together. That's always been the phrase. We work with people we don't actually work with. It's just something that started at the first space and traveled over here. So when I was interning, I would turn my chair around when I had a question and just asked. It wasn't necessarily people from Great Days who was answering it. It could be anyone who was around me at the time. So right then it was our good friend Holly, and she just does a lot of different independent type stuff. And we had a book author who was in one corner and a brewery in the other. And so anytime I had a question, one of those three was always answering them, or my coworker who was working with me at the time. Now it's just the same, except different individuals. You have a question and you go find the person and someone's gonna answer it for you. It doesn't matter if it's someone you actually work with.
The community here is great, though. It really is awesome. There's a lot of great people. I've met a lot of great people here, and I'll be honest. From a business perspective, I'd say that I made more money working here than I've spent on the cost of working here, right? So it costs money to work here, to have a space here. Well, I've surpassed that expense just by the opportunities this place has gotten me. And it's because the community is so strong. There's a lot of people in a lot of different backgrounds. I've grown so much as an individual because I've had so much influence from people here that are doing their own thing, and they're trying to achieve something, big, and it's impacted me in a good way.
Look, I would love to say the next major corporation comes out of some relationship in this building, but odds are it's going to be a micro business or a very small business. But again, two people that have a small company in two different industries that find a way to work together, that's mitosis, that evolution, evolving together. It just makes it stronger for everybody. And the idea of creating a place where people can learn, people are inspired. It's not easy being a business owner, a small business owner, and you need someone cheering you on, and you need lessons, and you need advice, and you need all those things. You get that in a co-working space, and we hope we do that here at Container Yard. I want to do more of that. I love that we have new members that are doing, social media masterminds. We didn't do that. They brought that here, but they open it up to all the members, not just to their group of people, but to all members. Anytime we can share the skill share is such a great thing, because all boats rise with the tide, right? I want us all to rise by our sharing of knowledge, sharing of resources, and again, cheerleading, giving somebody to be a cheerleader when you need it.
We don't have that overhead. We have a single price. It makes planning your finances so much easier. Just do it. Make the jump. Stop working at home in your PJs and come be around real people all the time.
You feel like you're in a regular workplace where you get to connect with people so that you're not working in an isolated environment. So everybody knows I love the CY. This is my home away from home when I'm here at Mobile. So love it, love it, love it.
It's the idea of creating more opportunities for you to be a better communicator, for you to be a better worker, a better owner, and a better entrepreneur, or maybe just someone that likes to come to our happy hours and hang out with people that you work around that you don't work with.